YouTube? It's your boy JB coming to you tonight with the review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is season number 8 and it's episode number 6. Wow, we are on number 6 and it's titled One for the Ages. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. All right, so I think we're gonna start up with Moniece. So we see Moniece. She is at KK's house, and KK is having taco night. They getting ready for Scrap and for his sister Cheyenne to come over. So KK is asking Moniece like, "What's going on between you and Scrap?" Moniece talking about how she's digmatized. I'm like, "Oh, okay, if you say so." And I'm like, that's something to say in front of his mama, but never mind. It is Moniece that we're talking about. So then she starts talking about this party that Tierra had and how, when she was talking to Scrap just wasn't really telling her much of anything. And, then in walks Scrap and Cheyenne. And, Cheyenne is just telling her about, after the party, Tierra came to her house and, disrespected her house by, fighting with Scrap. Why she say that? Because, KK, how she feel about Tierra, so she ain't too much happy with that shit. So then, KK tells him, what? Well, she tells Moniece and Cheyenne to give her some space to talk to Scrap. And basically what it is, she's just saying, you could have put yourself in a big position. Like, what if you had accidentally hit the girl, scratched her, did anything to her? You could be jeopardizing your freedom by doing anything with Tierra, which I definitely agree with what he said. He's like, I'm going to handle that. And he was like, no, mama, you don't got to handle that. Like, let me deal with this. I'm like, your mama been wanting to get her hands on Tierra for a very, very long time. So then we see another scene where KK is actually meeting up with Tierra outside of her job. And, Tierra, she's just asking Tierra, like, why did you attack him? Like, you could have put him in a big fucked up position. And, she's telling, KK telling Tierra how she feels like Tierra might be jealous of Moniece. She's like, me jealous of a crackhead or a crack baby, whatever she called Moniece. Something with the crack in it. And I'm like, really, Tierra, it ain't even that deep. Like, my whole thing with Tierra is, I could see it if Scrap was, leading you on to make you think that when he got out of prison and was in the halfway house, I could see it if Scrap was making you think that he wanted to be with you. But you was the one that was throwing the puss at him, not the other way around. So for you to be so upset with Scrap, it makes no sense to me, to be quite honest with you. But, Tierra and KK, they kind of going back and forth with each other. And then Tierra just ultimately left and said, fuck it, I'm done with KK. All right, so then later in the episode, we see KK. She's at her house, and Scrap comes over. And, she's just talking to Scrap about him meeting up with Tommy because, Tommy just got out of jail. And we saw that video all over social media where Scrap and Tommy was hugging one another. And she's like, again, Scrap, you putting yourself in more fucked up positions where you can end up back in jail. Like, Tommy has a fucking record. She's been indicted and all that shit. Which, isn't Tommy currently in jail? Like, damn, that girl. I pray for Tommy, I really do, because Tommy has a drinking issue. She has it's more than just a drinking issue. Tommy has a lot of mental issues that I hope she gets, help with. So then, KK is talking about how she met up with Tierra, and he was like, "Mama, you don't have to be fighting my battles with me. Like, let me deal with this shit." And so then she was telling Scrap to make things right with Moniece, and he's like, "Me and Moniece are not even exclusive, so I don't know what you mean. Like, we're not exclusive. We hadn't said anything about being exclusive." I'm like, oh, well, somebody didn't give Moniece that memo. Mona, you didn't give Moniece the memo that she and Scrap were not in an official relationship, but whatever. So, speaking of Moniece, we saw Moniece. She is meeting up with Akbar V, and Moniece is frustrated with Akbar V because, when Moniece came to Atlanta, she left baby Cam. Well, Cam is not a baby, but she left Cam, Fizz, everybody in LA to supposedly come out to Atlanta to work on her music. But, since she's been out there, Akbar V, they have not done anything with the EP that, is probably never going to come out. I know Moniece did come out with an EP recently, but I don't think it's anything dealing with Akbar V. And then, Akbar V is just like, she got her son Deruvian, whatever his name is. I can't pronounce it. But, she's talking about he's in the house with her. I don't remember what she said he stole, but whatever he stole, little nigga went out and sold it and got some money from him. I'm like, shit, he might be a block off the old, he might be a chip off the old block. But, Moniece tells Akbar, hey, I'm heading back to LA for a little bit. And, when I come back, I want us to work hard on this EP. Now, also, Akbar V did tell her, hey, did you know that Scrappy met up with Tommy? Why did she even have to bring up Tommy? Like, I mean, I get it. Moniece and Scrap are, quote, dating. But, this is all for a story. This literally, the Moniece and Scrap thing is for a storyline. Because I found out, I had been talking about it like, damn, Moniece had been talking about she wanted out of her contract so badly. And I've watched other people, I've saw in the blogs what people think is going on between Moniece. So, Moniece has 2 years left in her contract. Well, 2 more seasons left of her contract, not 2 years. 2 more seasons in her contract. So I think what it is Mona let her come to Atlanta to film this season, and then she's currently filming season 6 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So that will fulfill her obligations with her contract. So after Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 6, I guess we probably won't be seeing Moniece anymore. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna move on from that. All right, next, you guys, we got Mimi, we got Rashida, we got Pooh, and I think we had Erica Dixon. They were all having lunch with each other. Once again, we got to mention Spice. I'm like, can we please let Spice and her white skin be in peace? Like, can we please stop talking about that shit? If that girl wants to bleach her skin, let her look a fucking fool and bleach her motherfucking skin. Let her do what she gonna do. Don't worry about it. Mimi, you did the best you could do. Although I don't really understand it, but you did the best you could do. And if the girl wants to bleach her skin, let the girl bleach her skin. Like, it ain't that big. I mean, it's a big deal because, there are young girls who might look up to Spice. And then if she goes and alters her skin, that would probably send a negative message to young girls who are dark skinned just like she is, and make them think maybe my skin is not, beautiful and whatnot. So, I mean, I get that standpoint, but, Spice wants to look foolish. Let her look foolish on her own. And again, like I said, nobody understands where Spice is coming from, which I don't understand where she came from either. I got the whole message. I kind of got a gist of the message. The whole black hypocrisy thing that, 1 minute people talking about, oh, you're blacky, blacky, blacky. And, you look like, blacky, oil spill, charcoal, midnight black, all that kind of stuff. I definitely understood that message. But yeah, so I got the message. Talking about your skin, you're too dark. But then if you go and alter your skin, they'd be like, oh, why did you alter your skin? You were beautiful the way you were. So I got the message, hypocrisy, because it is hypocritical. So I definitely got that part. But, like I said before, if that's what Spice wants to do, we let Spice do what Spice wants to do. She looks foolish as fuck, but let her do what she gonna do. And, be like, what? I tried to talk to her. I tried to reason with her. I tried to, make things make sense to her. But she didn't catch it. So I'm done. I'm good. Wiping my hands with it. So then, they're talking about is she gonna come to Carly Red's party? And if she comes to the party, who's she gonna be, Salt or Pepper? But, they'll be like, well, hell, we'll see when she gets there. So then Pooh talking about maybe I should come to Carly Red's party. And they like, girl, fuck no, don't come to that party. She did not invite you. So what the fuck would you come for? Exactly. Why would you go to a party of someone who did not invite you to said party? That's a party crasher. You would look ignorant and stupid as fuck. But I think that's Pooh's motto in life right now, just to look stupid as fuck. So, Pooh is still saying that Carly slept with her and her husband. Nobody gives a fuck, to be quite honest with you. And then she's saying that Carly put the information in the blogs. If she did. Now, here's my thing when it comes to the whole thing of her saying Carly put the information in the blogs. I do not believe that Carly put that shit in the blogs. I do, however, believe that Pooh put the shit in the blogs. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that. Pooh is someone who is unknown. Prior to this season, which I never even heard this shit in the blogs, to be quite honest with you. But Pooh is someone who is completely unknown. Carly Red, we know who she is. We know what Carly Red has done. We're not, oblivious to Carly's past. So, and, when Carly does shit, she owns up to it. So that's why I just don't believe that Carly did it, because Carly opens up and owns her shit. So, Pooh can say that she think Carly did it, but I still think Pooh did it, or at least somebody on Mona's team put that shit out there. Just saying. And again, I did not ever hear it in a blog. So shit, it must be like a blog that nobody even listens to. Like, what's that? What is that blog that puts out all kind of false shit all the time? Media Takeout. Maybe it was Media Takeout that they posted. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna move on. So we see this scene with Pooh. She has Shay Mack over to her place. And when Pooh stood up, I was looking at her ass like, what the fuck is wrong with her ass? Like, that shit looks lumpy, dumpy, and oh God, it just looked horrible. So, and I'm going a little bit out of order right now. So, we see they're talking about, they issues with Carly Red, because earlier at Carly was, and I'm gonna get to it in a few minutes, but I'm gonna talk about it just a little bit right now. So Carly, she was planning for her engagement party, and Shay Mack was there, and she's the DJ. But she like, Carly acted like she didn't know who I was. Well, girl, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't know who you. Only reason why I would have known who Shay Mack was is because of the tattoos. Because appearance wise, she looks completely different from the last time we saw her, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. So then Pooh gives Shay Mack some papers that she wants to be exposed at Carly's engagement party, and I'm like, Shay Mack. So that's a paid gig for you, quote, paid gig for you, and you're gonna let this woman give you something to take to this paid gig that you are getting paid for to expose somebody. Like, this is a paid gig. Like, where's the professionalism at? Like, I'm not going to go to a paid, well, no, I'm not going to use air quotes. I'm not going to go to no paid event that I'm hosting or doing any kind of work for and, do something shady towards the person that's hosting having the party. I'm not going to do no shit like that. I'm not going to fuck up my bag, as the kids say. I don't say bag. I'm just not going to fuck up my money. Like, I ain't finna fuck up my money over some petty bullshit that ain't got a bitch ass thing to do with me. I think that's stupid as shit. And Shay Mack looked really fucking stupid. And we're going to get to that later too. Alright, so then we see this scene where Spice, she's in the studio and she has Tokyo there and she has Shakana there. And, she's just showing them the video for her, I guess that was for her black hypocrisy thing. And once again, I got the message that she was trying to get across about the whole black hypocrisy thing. I just didn't understand the whole skin bleaching thing. Like, that kind of negated your message. Like, I don't think she really thought that through, because you bleaching your skin negated your message about black hypocrisy. But they start talking about they past. Shakana talking about how she had didn't have any hair. Well, she had short hair, and how the kids used to make fun of her. And she always said that when she had kids, she wanted her baby daddy to be Indian or something else that wasn't black. Indian, Hispanic, Caucasian, something like that. So I guess her kids would have, quote, good hair. I hate that whole saying of good hair. Like, I don't believe in good hair. I think everybody has a different texture of hair. All hair is good hair. You just got to take care of the shit. Like, that's what good hair is. Taking care of the hair that sprouts from your head. If it's coarse, if it's kinky, if it's straight, if it's, long, if it's short, if it's blonde, if it's blue, it's not blue, but if it's blonde, brown, red, whatever, just take care of the hair that sprouts from your head. That is good fucking hair. Like, I don't really know what people consider. I know what people consider good grade of hair. I do. But again, like I said, I just think that's really stupid. And then, Tokyo talking about how when she was in school, her teachers were nice to her, but she was a brown skinned girl. And, she felt like they treated the Kimberlys, the Aishas and everybody else differently than her, which, okay, I guess if she says so, I'm not going to do that. Not going to go there. So then they asked Spice if she's going to go to Carly Red's party. She says, I'm not really sure if I'm going to go to Carly's party because I don't want to be questioned about my, if I'm going to change my skin or not. And Tokyo's like, well, shit, bitch, all we got to say is we're not answering that question. And we can leave it at that. So I guess Spice is going to the party, but which Spice we're going to get, don't know if we're going to get salt or if we're going to get pepper, but we shall see. All right, and then lastly, you guys, we got Carly Red. So Carly and Mo, they are at the doctor's, going through getting ready to start the process of IVF. So So the doctors are telling him their options and whatnot, what they have to do, and how they have to sort through and find a boy egg if there is one, boy embryo if there is one, and then they have to go through the process of implanting the embryo in her so that she can carry it. So then she's like, well, Mo and I right now, we're having sex, but it's unprotected, so what risk are we running? He says, well, if you get pregnant, you could run the risk of having a miscarriage. So then Mo gets up and he leaves. I don't know why Mo left. But then after Mo left, that's when Carly said to the doctor that, she has been on her period for a month. And I'm like, God damn, a month-long period. And then that's when the doctor told her that she might be actually, miscarrying. And I'm like, aw, that is really sad. Like, as much as Carly gets on our nerves, I'm like, that is really sad that if she's pregnant, she's miscarrying her baby. That is so fucking sad. So then we see the scene that I was talking about earlier. Carly planning for her engagement, and she sees Shane Mector, and she was like, "Don't I know you?" And Shane Mector was like, "Yeah." And then they play back the footage of her getting into it with Jocelyn, and she was like, "I was an ugly duckling, and now I'm a swan." I'm with Carla, like, I wouldn't go that far, but you do look better. But I don't know if I would go from ugly duckling to a swan. Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. So the party planner is telling her that Shay Mack is the DJ, and Shay Mack was like, you know what, she makes her own beats because she's still doing her music, and she said something in this episode that she was at the peak of her career. I'm like, girl, what peak? What peak in your career? You must have been on the low end of the peak, cause you ain't at the top point of the peak. You must be right down at the bottom of the hill. Cause when you came on here, the first season that you was on here, you was trying to work with Stevie J, and that didn't go nowhere. So you was at the low end of your career, and you still at the bottom end of your career. But whatever. Talking about she want to rap, and Carl was like, no, you're not gonna rap at my engagement party. So I guess she got in her feelings about that. I'm like, girl, because that's her engagement party. She wants what she wants. So then we we see Jock and Kendra, and they talking about the party. Jock is talking about how he's coming down with a 72-hour bug. I'm like, nigga, please. And then Kendra's like, what the fuck is your issue? Like, why don't you want to go to this party, Jaceel? And he was like, I'm just not sure if Carly's intentions are pure. And then she got upset, and then he tells her, okay, I gotta be honest with you. There was some overlap between when me and you was just friends and me and Carla was messing around. And I'm just sitting there like, Mona, bitch, you are trying the fuck out of us tonight. Ain't no way in hell this woman has been living under a rock and did not see last season when they went to Houston and last season's reunion when they were talking about what happened in Houston. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. She's talking about Jock told her he went to Houston with some of his boys and Carly was there. Did you watch last season? I know you did. So fuck what you're saying. You watched last season. All right, y'all. So then we move over to the engagement party. So, Mo and Carly show up. Carly says she cooks, and they ask Mo, does she clean? And he had to think about it. He says, yeah. And then they ask him, well, do you guys want kids? He says, they both say, yeah, we want kids. And, I think it was Erica that asked Mo, did he have kids? He says, yeah, I have a daughter. He said, actually, I have two daughters, talking about Carly's daughter. And I'm like, aw, that's sweet. Like, I'm happy for Carly. If this is real and it works and they get married, I am so happy for Carly. So then we see Jock and Kendra show up, and then what's her name? Shay Mack. She had to point that out that Jock and his girl was there. I'm like, oh, okay. But Jock and Kendra goes to talk to Mo and Carly, and they congratulate them, and it was a pleasant interaction. So then Spice and Tokyo show up, and they sit with the other girls, and all the girls talking about, yeah, we love to see the chocolate Spice. And she's once again talking about the black hypocrisy thing. And I'm going to keep saying it. I got the point of her message. Her delivery needed a whole hell of a lot of work on it. So then, they ask her, is she still thinking about bleaching her skin? And Tokyo's like, oh, no, we're not answering that question. So then, Carly gets up, she gives a speech to Mo, and she basically just tells Mo, thank you for accepting me for who I am. Well, when she gave her speech, so did Shay Mack. Shay Mack was like, you know what? One of my good friends is not here, and I don't know why she not here. That ain't your place to know why she not there. Like, mind your motherfucking business. Mind the business that is paying you. And the business that is paying you is that party. So mind that. Like, shit, that just got on my nerves. And then she gonna sit there and try to expose Carly. And if I'm not, I was kind of confused. Were they trying to expose the fact that Carly's age, saying she's 45? Okay, nobody thought Carly was 35. Nobody thought Carly was, 40. Nobody thought Carly was younger than 45. So that ain't no big deal to us. I mean, we've been trying to figure out how old Carly was for the longest time, but okay, 45. I've always said Carly was in her mid to late 40s. I've said that. But what the fuck was that supposed to be? And then you lost the gig that you was getting paid to do. You look stupid as fuck, Shay Mack. But you guys, that was the episode. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later.